On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, I'm a bit under the weather, so Kidder's taking the lead on this show. But don't worry, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to get caught up because, this episode has been cursed. And I mean it, cursed. But we're here. We're going to make it happen. So sit back, relax. You're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and V-Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, pull up a seat, enjoy time with friends.
The Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks, okay?
Oh, come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Hello and welcome. It is time for that show. Yes, that show called Beer, Blues, and BS. It is a podcast that happens sometimes, but when it does, it may happen. Yeah, I don't know either. I am your host, the man, the myth, legend, Mark Kidder, welcoming you into the Triple B show for this week, and that is episode 149. We've almost hit 150 episodes, and I couldn't do it without my brother through the interwebs. That is the one, Howard Blues. Howie, I would ask you how you're doing, but we're going to discover that and a whole lot more over the next however long we can make this happen.
Yep. For the audience who's not knowing, I have had the worst luck, Kidder. And this episode, for the audience, here's a little behind the curtain early in the episode. This episode has got to be cursed because we were originally supposed to record this 2 weeks ago, and Big B was supposed to return and be on the show. And I caught the cold my kids had, and it kicked my ass, Kidder. I spent 2 days in bed. Could hardly get out of bed. I was that miserable. So I get over that. And then that week, I don't know where my kids got it, but they ended up with RSV, which could be a really nasty bug. We actually ended up having to take little Miss to the ER that Wednesday. And she's fine. She's on the recovery. But that meant last weekend, I was solo parent in charge with two very, very sick kids. There was no way the show was happening. So we canceled a second time. And now, Kidder, I've caught the RSV crud. I went home today at 9:30, and I'm like, I'm just going to bed. And so I am doing my best because I don't want to kill our entire buffer to drag myself down here, sit in this chair as long as I can, and try and get a show out there. And I said this to Kidder in case anyone's wondering. No, this isn't a Howard the Ref episode. It's just my fever's starting to spike. My hoodie was getting hot, and the Howard the Ref jersey is actually very kind of comfortable and cool, so it feels good. So, but that was a lot of rambling. Expect a lot more rambling from Howard this episode, followed by fits of coughing. That's gonna be the course. How are you doing, my brother? Because it's been now like 3 weeks since I've seen you.
Yeah. I mean, the ups, the downs, the countdown to more WWE premium live events. Yep.
Ugh. I'm sure we'll talk about that some.
It's coming.
Well, Kidder, we should go try to get it home. Yes. With everybody's favorite segment of the show, What's on Tap? And Kidder, I throw it to you, but you're adjusting something, so I'll hold off.
Yeah.
And now I'll throw it to you. Kidder, what are you having this fine evening?
Well, I was pre-gaming a little bit, and I just had to. The 1919 root beer, one of Howard's favorite beverages. Good old fashioned root beer. I'm almost done with this. I'm like right here. I've been nursing this for a good half an hour. So I'd make a comment. You can insert your own comment. How about that? About you and your drinking. But 1919rootbeer.com. real sugar, real vanilla, caffeine free. And this is made in the New Ulm Brewing and Beverage Company, which we have talked about on this show before. Nice to mention again because they are, yes, out of our neighboring state of Minnesota. Cheers. It's a lot better on tap. You have a nice pint of tasty 1919, but this is good.
Good.
5 out of 5, Howard.
Good rating.
What about you? I know you've got some nutrients that you are partaking in tonight, but do you have anything else to accompany all the vitamins and the electrolytes?
Yeah, so I'm having a body armor. It is their tropical passion fruit flavor, which is actually fairly new, and I'm enjoying it immensely. It's gluten-free, caffeine-free, so hopefully I'll sleep through the night. Natural flavors and sweeteners, coconut water, electrolytes per bottle, potassium, 1,200 milligrams, total blend, 1,390 milligrams. It has antioxidants, vitamins A, C, and E, and B vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B9, B12, and bingo. So that is what I will be partaking of this evening. And if I run out of that, I have a brisk iced tea here that I'll switch to. But just going to try to stay hydrated. Best thing I could do.
Good. I hope you feel better. You know what I mean? This has been going on way too damn long.
Oh, you're telling me. I mean, because it's not like that week where my kids were sick, where I was like, "All right, it's happy, it's sunshine, I'm feeling great." No, I was dead tired and kind of cranky because kids are crying in the middle of the night. You're getting up, you're taking care of them. It's a lot of work dealing with sick kids. They become very needy. So, yeah. So, yeah. So it's been 3 weeks. Get the lot in.
I feel that there's going to be a lot of that, and that's okay. Because I get it. Been there, done that. I'm trying not to cough because the coughing and mucus. So let's talk about some nice stuff right off the top of the bat. Star Trek Online 14th anniversary.
Oh.
2 days ago, basically. And they're doing a giveaway, which ends March 1st, which this might be out in time, but probably not. So if you miss out, then sorry, but you should have known about it, especially if you're watching this show to get your news. But the 14th, yes, they've been around 14 years there, Jaco. And I've been playing since the beta before it was even released. So that says something about me. 14th anniversary bundle. And it's a Wolf 359 centric bundle. In the Battle of Both Worlds. Part 1 and 2. Yes. Lots of ships that have previously been unexplored in the Star Trek universe because they were just kit bashed to be blown up for the battle sequence, basically. And you can get those, but they have entries, and you win that pack, which I already have. Yeah. But you also get 4 of the Eagle Moss stainless steel ships that are basically unavailable. So there's that. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. I like it. Even sending Howard the email.
Ooh, I'll read that probably tomorrow. I'm laying in bed. Cursing life.
Yeah. Things. Man, what else? What else? Of course, Star Trek Online, still going, still rolling, doing its thing. And I have just continued to play. I even won, and I don't even know if I got to tell you this because, again, it's been forever since I talked to you, but they have the lock boxes, which I hate because you have to buy the keys in the store for real money, and then you have those. Or I should say you have to buy the currency with real money and then use X number of the in-game currency that you bought for real money to then purchase a lesser number of keys, and then you take those keys to unlock said lock boxes. And your chance at winning the grand prize in the lock boxes is around 2%. And on average, according to some of the pages I've come across on the internet who have done their own testing, and if you have like $300 to waste on this sort of testing, good for you. But they have literally purchased keys and keys and keys and keys, and then open lockbox and lockbox until they get, basically everything in the box. So then they get a percentage of how many it may take. And the grand prize is about 2-point-something%. Yeah, I actually got one. I had some keys sitting around from previous expansions that I had purchased, and I was like, man, whatever. I'll do it. It is a ship that was in Season 3 of Star Trek Picard. It's a Duderstadt class. Had an interesting shape to it. And I opened a few, like 7 or 8, and I got one. I was like, what? I was confused for a second. I thought somebody else got one, but I had turned that off years ago where it announces that somebody else got it. I got one, and I played it, and it's an all right ship. Not the best in the game, not the worst. It's just all right. Very disappointed because those ships in the lock boxes are basically what it is. You can change the skin, but you can't customize like a different saucer, different nacelles, change the hull on it. It kind of is what it is. So whatever. It is what it is.
Oh. Well, congrats on the ship.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I have been doing a little bit of gaming, Kidder.
What?
Yeah, a little bit. Kind of between all the sickness and such. It's not a new game. I'm going back and playing a classic. It's my third playthrough of Batman Arkham Asylum. I had a craving to play it, and working my way through, and it's one of those. As I played it, I'm just remembering just how good of a game that is. I don't think you've ever played the Arkham games.
Nope. But
I mean, there's so many good things about it. The combat is fun. The puzzles, while some can be challenging, you feel really smart when you solve them. And even the stealth mode is, it's rewarding when you can pull off all the different tricks and such. The only things that I've ever kind of thought were like, about it is it's one of those where throughout the game, there are 240 Riddler trophies hidden. So there's riddles you have to solve, physical trophies to get, collectibles to pick up. There's 240 of them. And some of them are hidden in spots where even if you can find them, you can't get to them until you get a particular upgrade from as you're kind of leveling up Batman. And so that means that you have to go back to some of the places you've already been and you've cleared out just to hunt these trophies. So that part is just a little annoying, but I'm probably at about the halfway point through the game, and I'm at like 110 trophies found of the 240. So I do like collecting them. And it's one of those things where a lot of people tend to ignore them because they're kind of, for some people, finding all that stuff is annoying. But you get experience for everyone you find, so you can upgrade Batman faster. So I do try to collect them as I can go, and that way I have a better one. But I'm absolutely enjoying it, and I'm getting right to the kind of the two most annoying kind of boss fights, and that's Poison Ivy and Killer Croc. So I'll get through those, but it'll probably be a bit because with this cold, I'm not really in the mood for gaming. So
understandable. I get it. Yeah, want to sleep. Other gaming news. I mean, unless you have other extra stuff. No. Take a sip. Rude Boy and I have been playing Farming Simulator 22. He happened to be watching a stream. Somebody playing it who was doing a giveaway, and he was chosen to get a key for the game, but he already has the game in the super duper mega edition. And so he sends me a message, "Hey, I just won this. You want it?" And I'm like, I mean, we can play together then. So yeah, sure. He sent me the code, downloaded the game, got the mods, doing the thing. Bam, Farm Sim 22. We were playing it and even streaming for a few hours one of these days. So as you know, we never know when we're going to stream until we're streaming, pretty much.
Yeah, I too did for a little bit of that stream. I didn't make my presence known because that was while dealing with sick kids, but I at least too did. Gave it a view.
Appreciate that.
So
thanks for the click.
Yeah.
Algorithms. What did you think? Because I know we were tooling around with some of the mods and some of the construction stuff versus the farming, but what'd you think?
I actually didn't get to see too much of the actual gameplay. I kind of had selected it, and I was like, oh, I'll have this on while I'm getting the kids' lunch together, and then that was kind of a debacle. So didn't really get to watch. It's on my list to maybe tomorrow if I'm in bed, put it on and take a look. But because it was like a longer piece of content that could just play, and if I fall asleep, that's okay.
Till you hear us laughing and swearing at the game.
Yep. Then I'll probably wake up.
Uh-huh. It's like I'm in your house, but not to be confused with WWF in your house.
Yep.
Been a rough couple weeks for WWE. It's been coming though. Yeah, I was watching some commentary, or at least listening to some commentary on this whole Rock, Roman, Cody debacle, and one of the commentators, and I'll give him credit because I totally agreed with him. There are people who are upset that they've now changed their mind and they're going back to Cody versus Roman. But he said, we've been upset when they've gone forward with their plan and they didn't change it, and now they change it to make the match that everybody really wants to see, and now everybody's like, well, now you're changing plans. And so it just goes to show you can't please everybody. Can't please anybody.
That too. So what's your take on this whole debacle?
Oh, I mean, now it could be interesting with The Rock being involved, because that means they could get Stone Cold to come back as an extra enforcer or a surprise ally because he, had his feud with The Rock for years. So that would be interesting. Opens up that door because CM Punk can't be at WrestleMania. There have been discussions about Punk and Stone Cold. Also, the potential for Seth Rollins to turn his back on Cody. Turn and screw him on the grand stage, and then we get a Cody loss a second year in a row.
Yeah. Did you see it was kind of an interesting little thing that was pointed out because CM Punk was doing commentary during their WrestleMania kickoff event, and apparently he didn't like how The Rock handled some of that stuff and made some comments about it. If you look in the background, you can actually see The Rock turn and look right at Punk, like, because he could hear in the earpiece, and so he's like, "What the hell you say?" So I don't know if you caught that.
We get a Punk. I mean, I haven't watched it.
Ah.
But we get Punk, Rock, WrestleMania 41, Minneapolis.
Maybe. I would count on it.
Apparently on the short list, by the way. Because now, looking at Las Vegas, potentially WrestleMania 42.
Well, Kidder, I see you're finishing the root beer.
Yeah. Need some vocal lubrication of some kind. Is it okay? We continue on.
Yeah.
With everybody's
the
favorite moment.
Everybody's second favorite segment of the episode. What's on tap? Round 2. Drink.
Thank you. I didn't know if you were going to be able to do it. So that's why I just start doing it for you.
I got a little bit of the show adrenaline going. It's kind of kicking me through, and I'm sure after this is done, I'm going to be like totally like out of it. Giving it all I got.
All right, Scotty. Well, this one's coming straight from you. And I don't know how to feel about it. And since we're doing I might.
Tissue.
Thanks. God, good.
Okay.
Long day in the radio booth. Okay. This one is coming straight from you, and it's from the Distill Brewery, the Wild Sour series of Ye Olde Apple Pie. 12 fluid ounces in this can. And as we turn it to look at, you can't really see it, so I'll keep going and then turn. Our seasonal sour ale is inspired by the flavors of a classic American apple pie dessert brewed with the tart apple and cinnamon flavors and lactose. This ale hits all the notes with a light body and a tart finish. Cheers. It's a sour ale with tart apple and cinnamon flavors and lactose. Again, 4.6% alcohol by volume. It's 10 IBUs. Support flavor, boycott bland. Find them more and line there at distill.com. DESTIHL from Normal, Illinois. It's definitely not normal to have a normal city named Normal. But I suppose it's been around for, 100 plus years, so it's probably good. Brewed and canned in that brewery in the US of A. Howard, have you had this?
I did have it on the show.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I want to make sure that I just introed that, and then you're like, well, we were going to have them together. And then I screwed it up.
No, I've most of the ones I gave you, Kidder, I have had on the show.
All right.
So,
well, I'm not a huge fan of apple pie, and so not only apple pie in general, but the apple pie drink. I definitely do not like apple pie drink So let's see how the sour apple can be. Right off the top, I'm getting notes of the malt liquor from the beer and the process of it. Slight apple. Ooh, there's a little bit of the cinnamon. Okay. I have to say, I don't hate it. I like the sour notes, that sour apple, and I love sour apple. Love that. Apple pie, no. But, yes, it's pretty good. It's pretty good there. That's kind of a surprise, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not as good as their key lime pie one, but it's...
well, obviously.
Yeah, but it was a nice, pleasant surprise. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a couple more of those. I need to get them out to Local Geek and JS, who I know he'll see this eventually, but we gave JS that great idea that he needs to record some van life content.
Yeah.
And then share it with us. Well, he's recording van life content, but he's using it on his own social media.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost think we should give him access to the Facebook page and start driving traffic to our Facebook page, because apparently our posting isn't doing it.
What we got to do is we got to get him to have one of these while he's driving, be listening to the actual podcast, get us that subliminal message side of things.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, JS. You and your trip across the country. However, just to stick up for him, I will share this tidbit of info because he's cruising and my phone buzzes and I'm like, what is this now? JS. He's texting me. He goes, have we had a Wyoming beer on the show? And I'm like, I don't know, because I didn't have the spreadsheet in front of me or access to it at the time. So I'm going to have to look at it, but it's possible. But if not, I'm not sure. Okay. He's like, I gotcha. Driving through this giant ass rock and figured we haven't. I'd pick some up. I'm like, well, I'm always happy to try beers from different places. So might as well go ahead and find your selection. So he's going to grab some on the way home. So Howard, we have beer on the way from out of state.
Nice. I have beer to share with him, so we have a nice beer exchange. I will say, Kidder, that apple pie that you drank, that was one of the ones I talked about a couple episodes ago about wrapping up a couple of beers and doing beer roulette. I got crud and decided not to do that. So,
yeah. But
yeah, that would have been one of them. So
that would have been good.
It would have. As I said, it wasn't necessarily that they were bad beers. I just, wanted to hit people with a surprise.
Yeah, you want to talk about bad beer? There are a couple in that mix. I looked at and I went, what's Howard trying to do to me here? Because I don't know if that's going to work.
Truthfully, as I think I said, I had picked up some beer for kind of the Christmas holidays, and nobody drank any of it. So I have
Why?
Listen, I actually went. I'm like, I'm gonna get a good variety pack. My dad's coming over. It'll be good. And no, he drank one of the hams I had in the cooler. So. Anyway, I have all this beer, and I could be sitting here drinking it by myself, but it'll take forever. So I was just like, I will spread the love to everybody else. Everybody gets the beer. It'll be okay. And yes, I know a couple of them are IPAs, and I'm sorry. But good luck buying a variety pack that doesn't contain IPAs these days.
Yeah. Just like the variety pack that I am forced to buy to get New Belgium's Mountain Time.
Yep.
Why you got to screw that up? Give me what I need. Apparently, it's not going to happen. Not going to be a thing. To cheers you last week, I mean, an unofficial what's on tap from the past. I had a Bloody Mary for you last week.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I could have sent you a photo, but I didn't want to make you very sad. Disappointed that you couldn't partake.
Yeah, I probably wanted to drink after all of the wrangling of sick kids, because it is tiring. You get 2 kids, they're sick. They constantly need things. You're constantly having to get things. It's draining, man. It's ugh. So now I'm paying for it with the same crud. So, but yeah,
paying with our lives.
Yeah,
good times. Well, Howard, have you watched any television while you've been fighting for life?
I have watched some. The missus and I we binge watched the second season of Reacher, so we're through that. It was pretty good. It was really pretty good. So, highly recommend.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, very
one of these days.
Yeah, very action packed. So
good.
They're I mean, they kill a lot of people in that show. It's so. The only thing that I still have a critique with it, because it happened in the first season of Reacher, and it happened in one of the fights in the second season where somebody's fighting with like an actual like crowbar, and the other person's like blocking, and it's like,
yes,
ow. I get that you're tough as nails, but that's a metal crowbar going against your arms.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts. So
yeah.
So that's the only real downside to it. But overall, I think you'll enjoy it, Kidder, when you and the missus sit down and watch it. It's good. We had a lot of fun with that. I mean, clearly, because we binged it. We don't usually do that. Last night we watched episode 2 of season 2 of Altered Carbon. I'm still not digging that second season. And it's just like, I still, my going take is that the first season was based off the book. It was very tight. It had a very good kind of noir mystery theme, even in this sci-fi. The second season, because they're not following any of the books, it's just, there's a lot of coincidence, a lot of like, we need to find this person, and then the next scene, I found the person. It's like nothing is hard. There's no real drama to it. It's just, and I don't blame Anthony Mackie, because he takes over the lead character, but he's kind of working with the best that he's got, and unfortunately I think the scripts are just not that good. So it's kind of clear, like, they did a great job adapting the first season from the first book, but now that they're kind of doing their own thing instead of going with book 2, they can't. They're not hitting it. It's just kind of ridiculous. The action scenes are great, but it's still, there's a lot of just like, that's a lot of sheer coincidence that's occurring. So
classic.
Yeah. So I highly recommend season 1. Season 2, yeah, it's the kind of thing you could definitely watch season 1. You'd get a complete story. You'd be good. Season 2, maybe if you're like up for it, but not necessary to watch. So,
Gotcha.
the last thing that I watched, Gitter, and I'm pretty sure you didn't watch, but maybe you did.
I actually did.
The Super Bowl was on.
Surprise. I watched it. There's nothing else on, but I watched it.
Who are you pulling for?
The refs. I was hoping both teams would lose.
That's a.
I know it's not how football works, but yeah, it's a first for everything.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife and I, we had our traditional bet. So I ended up with the 49ers and she ended up with the Chiefs. Even though I had a stronger feeling about the Chiefs winning, but it's how we do it. She gets to pick and I get what's left. So, but I thought it was a good game. Like, it was close. It's back and forth. It had some good action. I enjoyed it. And Junior watched with me. He watched up until about halfway through the third quarter, and then he was sick, so he was so tired. He was like passed out, kind of on me, like near drooling, just like, I want to watch the end. It's like, no, buddy, you need to go to sleep. So, but he was enjoying it. It was having fun. So
I didn't terribly enjoy it. The commercials were mostly garbage and not a fan. A couple of them made me laugh. I love the Paramount Plus commercial. I had seen the extended cut, the full cut of it before, and I may have sent it to you as well. I can't remember if I shared it with you.
You did, but I saw the extended cut and I was like, I should send this to Kidder.
Yeah,
and I did. So
yeah, I adored that. Patrick Stewart is in it, and Arnold, Lieutenant Dangle. Creed. I mean, it has all the elements, so I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed watching the game in 4K because I streamed it through Paramount Plus. So I enjoyed that, except for the glitching every once in a while. That I was not a fan, but it's still a higher resolution than watching it on regular old cable. Yeah,
it had some issues. Because I know it was third quarter for a while. Like I lost signal, like it just froze. And so I backed out. I'm like, well, let me try to get back in. And I keep clicking on the watch it live. And it kept taking me to CBS like news. Like, what the hell is this? So
breaking news, Howard.
I missed like 5 minutes of the game trying to get back to the game. So
did you miss it though?
Well, as I said, I was enjoying it because it was a nice, close game.
Right.
I enjoy football. I enjoy the occasional game. So I was having fun with it. And then it was over. And yeah, I don't know. The commercials were okay. Halftime show was okay.
I think the best part was when Lil Jon and Ludacris came out of nowhere and joined the show.
Here I thought you were going to
for me.
I thought you were going to say when one of the roller skaters went off the stage.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of that happening. Like people were being yeeted all over, just like boom, there goes a dude, boom, there goes a lady. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. This I saw the story. I found it from her perspective, and she's a actress / model / dancer, and she followed her agent's advice that when you're filling out kind of your resume, they asked if you could do anything, you say yes. So she put that she was an expert roller skater and had to she got the call. I think it was like the day before the Super Bowl because one of the other backup roller skaters got sick. So she spent kind of one night trying to learn how to roller skate. And
It's not going to get hired anywhere else.
yeah, ended up skating off the stage and landing on somebody's tripod that was holding up a phone. And so like she had a huge shiner on her eye because she crashed. So it's like, oof.
That's what you get.
What you get for lying about what you can do.
Yeah. So referencing Paramount Plus, there's a lot happening with Paramount in general, and I don't know if you've been following this. And then we'll transition over to the superior sport, hockey, of course, because it is superior, but to some degree, don't know if we want to talk about it this week. So Paramount has laid off a bunch of people. Probably a few hundred, which is just a few percent of their overall workforce. Even though they made record profit, they are still worried because they have not made a profit on any of the shows that they have on Paramount Plus. Much is the problem of streaming. And these companies like Netflix, Disney Plus, Warner Brothers, Paramount, etc., all the conglomerates are figuring out that they can't make money off of streaming because you can watch infinite shows for $10 a month. So I think, WWE was smart at the time when they sold to Peacock. So a couple pieces to this. I found out just a couple hours ago, I saw an article that Paramount was in talks of merging with Peacock. Like Peacock would envelop Paramount. And I'm like, that is bizarre because Peacock is NBC, Paramount is CBS. So that's kind of, odd, right? It's not like movie channels because they're off doing their own thing, not one of the 4 prime networks. So kind of weird. But they're trying to sell off the Paramount section. And apparently a couple of people have bid on it, or conglomerate organizations and, media moguls. And we'll see what actually happens, Is CBS Paramount being sold? Is the movie division being sold? Are the rights to the shows being sold? And then you end up in a Marvel situation where there's 12 different companies who have rights to different characters in the Marvel universe, like the Madame Web, which I saw on Wednesday, and we'll talk about that too, if you remind me.
Sorry.
Yeah. So what's going to happen? Who knows at this point, because somebody could just come in and buy them and then it's done. Clearing, FTC guidelines and all of those things. So we'll see. All we can say about that.
Since you're bringing up streaming service and controversy, I don't know if you saw this one. There's people getting ready to do a class action lawsuit against Amazon Prime.
For the commercials?
For the commercials, because when Amazon did Prime, and it had the Prime Video, their advertising for it was that, it comes with your Prime membership and it's commercial free. And they've maintained that for years, but now it's switching to, you're still going to have commercials. And so,
or you can pay $3 a month extra. Right.
But there are people who are looking to make a class action lawsuit because, hey, you advertised it that this would be free. I signed up while it was free, and now you're changing kind of the terms of this deal.
They're going to take on the Bezos. Ooh, no.
So
he's set to become the richest person on the planet, by the way. So good luck.
Yeah. So just since you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what I want to know, Kidder. I can't get you to watch Into the Spider-Verse.
Nope.
A truly like amazing Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
But you went and saw that piece of garbage, Madam Web.
Well, I mean, you haven't seen it yet.
No, but I've seen enough reviews of it to make me go, yeah, that's pretty terrible.
Well, I hadn't seen the reviews yet. And you know, it was Valentine's Day, so it was like, all right, let's go. I sat through it, okay? We paid the money to be at the theater. We stayed at the theater. You could tell it was a Sony picture and a Marvel associated film. And I'm gathering that it sucked like Spider-Man. And that is why I hate Spider-Man, because it sucks.
No, this is actually worse than any other Spider-Man stuff has done. Because here's the thing. If you know the comics, and hey, Future Howard put up a picture, but Madam Web, like as she is depicted, is not a young like action hero. She is literally an old lady in a chair who kind of helps guide Spider-Man through the multiverse.
Well, this is like 2003. So clearly 21 years ago, she was young and is now magically old.
I'm just saying, like they ventured away because I think they wanted to do a female Spider-Man, and why they didn't go with like Spider-Woman or Ghost Spider, I don't know, but choices I guess were made. So, just another reason why you should go just watch Into the Spider-Verse. Get her.
No, I'm not going to waste my time on that garbage because I already did on that pile of steam and trash. And I don't need any more of that in my life. I just don't. I left there going, this was a movie. And I wanted it to be better. But yeah, reasons and things. So whatever.
Yeah.
I will pivoting off of that trash over to an actual Marvel production. Watched Echo. I don't know if you've been able to sit down and watch the 6 episodes, but it was pretty good. Based in Oklahoma and heavily influenced by American Indian themes, for lack of a better term. Themes. Takes place out in the res. Things happen. You'll see. Don't want to ruin it. Don't want spoilers. So, when you get a chance, I think you will enjoy it, especially having spent time out in history yourself. So, I think you will enjoy that part of it.
Moon Knight season 2 is coming. It's been confirmed.
About damn time.
So I'd share that with you, Kidder. Bring you some good news.
It's about damn time. I'm waiting.
Which
love it.
It also sounds like there's talk about doing Midnight Suns, which would also involve Moon Knight. So that'll be interesting if they do Midnight Suns. But let's talk a little hockey. And Kidder, I'm a little disappointed. It is this is the weekend of the West Region Tournament, and I had the chance to do some announcing, but I am, of course, out sick, so no announcing for Howard. But that said, the missus and the kids went to the Century Patriots Dickinson Midgets game tonight, and Century lost. So we'll be playing tomorrow in the 3rd and 4th place game to try and stay in. So even though Century number 1 seed, they'll be going into state either as the 3rd or 4th seed from the West region. So,
well, good luck. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what else has been happening in hockey world?
Well, the Avs lost 4 of 5 road games.
Oof.
Zach Parisi, former Fighting Sioux great, joined the Avalanche. He was traded from the Islanders. Very excited, very happy. Love it seeing Zach Parisi out on the ice. He even scored a goal in his second game wearing the Av sweater. And then yesterday announces this is his last year playing. He's going to retire. Like, come on. But he'll retire wearing the old Avalanche A. And that I can dig.
Yeah, definitely one of those last minute kind of season trades to try and get what you need to make a run at the cup. So hopefully it pans out.
Yeah, better. I mean, they got to pick it up if they want to get anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as for the Fighting Sioux tonight, last score update I saw from Colorado and Colorado College, CC was ahead 2-1. Not sure how that'll play out. We'll see. But Bobcats look like they've been winning for the most part, so that's a plus.
Yeah, they've been doing pretty well. I'm hoping to go to a game once kind of everybody is healthy again. So what's the plan? What's the plan?
Good. That's your hockey update.
Yeah.
You want some good and bad news with streaming? Since
Sure.
Since we almost covered all of it. Good news. Halo Season 2 dropped last week. 2 episodes right away. The first 5 to 10 minute opening sequence of the first episode of Season 2, glorious. New director, new direction. Way to go. I was sitting there going, I kind of want to pull up my Xbox and start playing here because this is good. So, very good. Season 2 follows something that you and I have been through personally together, and that, of course, is the fall of Reach.
Interesting.
Looking forward to the rest of it and how they play it out, pan it out.
Yeah. You'll have to let me know.
The effects, fantastic so far. Also saw that, Lucasfilms is assisting with the production on this, or is it Spielberg? It might be Spielberg Productions. Whatever. One of the 2 big ones from them. I think it might be Spielberg, but they're working on it. Okay. There's that. And then, good news to have an end finally coming. Star Trek Discovery final season starts airing April 4th. And they want to get it out of the way too, because they are debuting 2 episodes on the first day, kind of like what they did with Halo. The difference is Halo was really good. We'll see what Discovery has in store. Final season. Let's just put old Yeller in his grave.
Well, Kidder, since we're talking a little bit of news, I got some news. I mentioned last time that the Heritage Center, we're looking at getting a new military museum expansion. So that is going well underway. But I got 2 bits of breaking news. Two. The first, coming to the Heritage Center March 16th, is a traveling exhibit called Marvelocity. And it is all about the art of Alex Ross. He's a well-known comic book artist, and it's focusing on his work for Marvel Comics. So
on 316, nonetheless.
Yeah, and it's only going to be up for a couple of weeks, so that it's off to the next place. So mark your calendars now if you hope to partake and check it out. But the other great piece of breaking news that I get to share, me and my site supervisor at Oscar Zero were looking over some of our different accounts that we have for donations, things like that. And we have come to the conclusion, Kidder, that we are all of $44.75 short on the goal that we need to bring the Huey back to North Dakota. So
Sweet.
we are making that happen. So he is starting to lay the groundwork to get that going. But
Awesome.
yeah, we're very excited about that. It's been like 3 years of me and him working on this, mostly Rob. But yeah, we're just a couple bucks short. And this is after we got the news that we were going to have to demilitarize, or they were going to have to demilitarize it, and they told us it'd be another like 11 grand for us to get it. But luckily, we held enough over from the biennium. And yeah, we're all of like $44 short. So
Bam.
So good news.
Way to stick that landing.
Yeah. So hopefully this summer we'll get the Huey.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
That'll be great. Bring it home. Bring it home.
Yes.
I forgot to mention Tacoma FD. You know, the show from Broken Lizard, the creators of Super Troopers and whatnot.
Yes.
Made it through 4 seasons and was non-renewed for season 5 because apparently True TV wants to get out of making the comedic scripted TV shows. So it's just going to be like Impractical Jokers over and over and over and over again.
That's a shame.
Yep. The Scott Diamore, leader of TNA for a long time, helped rejuvenate it. They canned him.
Yep, saw that. So, Kidder, that brings us to our newest segment here on the show. And that, for those who don't remember, Kidder might not remember because it's been like 3 weeks since we recorded one of these. Somebody gifted me this book of terribly awesome dad jokes. And so we are going to have our dad jokes of the week. So give you 4 at a time here. What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday? Aye, matey. Yep. Does anyone know how to charge milk? Because mine is stuck at 1%. What do you call a snobbish criminal walking down the stairs? A condescending. And the last one for this week. Why do scuba divers fall backward into the water? Because if they fell forward, they'd still be in the boat. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's been your dad jokes of the week. Sharing the misery together.
Okay. It's time to go.
It is. I was going to say, I think I got enough voice left to do this. But on those terrible jokes, Kidder, we've been talking for quite a while. It's time we wrap this show up with some cheap plugs.
I don't even. Yeah, I can't even. BeerBluesBS.com. That's our website. Just start there. Please donate. Help us get some more content. We'd love it. You buy us a beer on the website. Send us a note. We'll read it right here on the air. whether it's on the video version and you can see us or the audio version, you can listen to it. We will thank you in person and personally thank you. BeerBluesBS.com. Buy us a beer and buy some merch. We'd appreciate it. Lots of great things like pint glasses and T-shirts, you know, tasty treats that you can have in those pint glasses. You know what I'm saying? That's the place to be. BeerBluesBS.com. Click on merch. And with I don't know how many minutes, but at 13:24 the second period, maybe it's 3-1 CC. Yeah. Get it together, okay? Also, want to let you know that streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs is a great place to help support the show because you can donate to the show and you can subscribe. Little as $1 a month. And that would help us keep the show rolling forward, rolling down a hill, rolling out of the boat, rolling into the boat. Somewhere, sometime, someplace. Help us keep the show going. BeerBluesBS.com. We'd appreciate it. And like I said, streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Other than that, help support us on social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. Bam! We appreciate it. Video version of the show on YouTube. If you're watching this, thank you. Smash that sub button down below here. Help us out. Click the thumbs up. Share it. Sharing is caring. Beat the algorithm. You know what I mean? Also, our audio version is on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher, TuneIn, IMDb, Player FM, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, everything in between. Just search for Beer, Blues, and BS on any and all of the platforms, and please follow the show for free. If you like the show, well, support us. We'd love for you to be part of the show too. And whenever you donate, subscribe, help share a message, we'll read it on the air. You be part of the show. And hey, if you want to sponsor the show, that would be great. We could put your logo here, or maybe over here, maybe here, the whole thing, anywhere, everywhere. Want to sponsor the show? We would love to hear from you. BeerBluesBS.com. Contact us. Drop your info in the comments or send us a DM. And we don't want to DM about how we can improve our social media numbers because we don't have any money to do that. You saw that, by the way? Yeah.
I did see we had somebody who was wanting to sell us views. Yes.
Yeah. I was figuring we're going to get blocked and then reported.
Yeah, more than likely.
All right, so if you found us, thank you. We appreciate you. Other than that, and just help us. Help the show, please. Please help us. Please. And with that, Howard, do you have any final thoughts for tonight?
No. I was trying to think of something to end the show on, a little bit of witticism or something, and truthfully, no, nothing is coming to me. But just glad we finally got episode 149 recorded, and that means that next week we hit the big 150.
Well, we should send out invites and stuff.
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow.
Fair enough. All right. Well, he's Howard Blues. I am the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Killer. Thank you for joining us for this and every edition of Beer, Blues, and BS. Remember to keep your glass at least half full. There's free beer tomorrow, and we will catch you on down that crud-ridden Tuscan highway. You have a good one. Have some vitamin C. Take some zinc. Eat your vitamins, say your prayers, and we will catch you on down to the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Have a good one. See you on the next episode.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
I didn't even know what I needed to turn on.
Yeah. Well, this episode has clearly been cursed. I'm just gonna say that.
It could always be worse, I'm sure.
I don't know. This crud is pretty terrible.
That's why, brother, you gotta take your vitamins and say your prayers, brother.
Or drink plenty of fluids and always be near a box of Kleenex.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how long I can go. I'm hoping to go an hour.
That's fine. Any housekeeping before?
Not that I can think of. Might be best if you kick it off, and might make you do the intro too. I don't have the fire. I don't have the pep. Let's face it, I'm barely alive at this point.
Well, I feel that. All right. Let's see. Oh, no.
I'm not planning on doing any officiating.
Oh,
It's
boy.
just more comfortable than that sweatshirt because my fever's starting to spike again. So.
Awesome. All right.